Oh yes, guys and girls, welcome back to another episode. It is the 18th of July. I hope you're having a fantastic week. It's almost the end of another week. Things move so fast in the world of crypto. So what is happening with Bitcoin right now? We're going to jump into two major trends in just a second to show you how bullish we are and where we could be going in the short term and then towards the end of this year. So Bitcoin is looking strong right now. Nothing to panic about. I mean, over the news at the moment, Bitcoin price today is 64k, but some people are still in the fear because of Mt. Gox. We've had obviously the German government pulling out, if not, I think most of their crypto or all of their crypto over the past few weeks, and that's we've had this pullback of we had the crash of 25%, down 18,000 US dollars. So I jumped into a trade around the $56,000 level on my Bitflex. So you've got my Bitflex link in the description below. So if you want to go long, if you want to go short, if you want to trade Bitcoin, other altcoins, then you can use my link in the description below, and you can use leverage. Just be careful using leverage. You can get absolutely wrecked if you don't know what you're doing. And if you just want to buy on spot, then by all means do so. So yeah, people are still worried. Not everybody, but there's a few still a bit wary because of what happened with the German government selling the thing about Mt. Gox. But I highly doubt other institutions like BlackRock, Michael Saylor, and other, Kathy Woods with ARK Invest will allow the price to go even further down. I mean, we could. What I say is not financial advice. It's just for educational purposes only. I'm not a financial advisor. We could dump down to the levels of what the next level down here would be. We almost touched it at 52k. We've got the levels down here at 42k. It could. I mean, the Fibonacci levels point to these levels as well. It is a possibility. However, we are post-halving, and usually for 1 year after the post-halving, we have that huge move to the upside where Bitcoin has its rally, and then towards the end we have that parabolic run-up to finish the bull run, and then we go obviously back into a bear market. So right now Bitcoin is looking healthy. We are consolidating. We've been in this zone now for how many weeks? If we go from here to here, it's 140 days almost of sideways action. And yeah, I mean, if you've been buying up altcoins and Bitcoin, you're going to reap the rewards for your patience over the last 3 to 4 months, because towards the end of this year, maybe even this month, we're going to look at the monthly returns in July and August, and then towards the end of the year, if we have that massive move to the upside, then guys, if you've been dollar cost averaging into altcoins, you're going to reap the rewards come the end of 2024 and especially into 2025. So it's very important at that point that you have a good mindset and that you don't get greedy. If you get greedy, you're not going to sell anything, and you're just going to get absolutely wrecked, and you'll just be watching your portfolio go from whatever percent straight down. You're going to lose 90% if you don't jump out. So I'm going to stay with you right through the course of this bull run anyway. Tell you what I do. Now, don't copy what I'm doing. Again, not financial advice. You have to read my description below. So if you want to trade this, go and get my link to Bitflex. You've got Bybit as well. Currently I'm using Bitflex a lot because I can't use Bybit here in France. So yeah, people are still a bit concerned. They're saying that this is struggling to rally above 65k, and it's true what we're seeing right now. We are at 64,788. We did jump past, we did go past 65k, we went to 66k. So what is important for the week is that we close this weekly candle above the $64,000 level. If we close it below, it's not the end of the world. We could close it above the 62k. Then next week we have that another pump up to the upside. So it would be very, very good if Bitcoin stays above the 64k until Sunday, and then we have that weekly close above the $64,000 level. It means we'll probably have, if we just go to the lower time frame, is it the daily? Yeah. I mean, that $64,000 level, yesterday I said we need to get a bounce off this $64,000 level. and it looks like we might be having that bounce. Let's go to the 4 hour. I mean, look at that. I mean, it's perfect. What I spoke about yesterday. So yeah, are we getting that bounce that we spoke about yesterday? Time will tell, but if this is the bounce off the $64,000 level, then it's going to be fantastic moving forward in the short term for this summer. I mean, this summer we could easily go above the all-time high if we get this strong bounce off this support of 64k. So if we don't get that bounce and we do drop below it, then hopefully we get a bounce off the $62,000 level, and then it's the same principle really. We just go a bit lower and that's it. If we drop below 62,000, then this is just a dead cat bounce in my opinion, and we'll probably roll over a lot lower. But right now it's looking promising. We got that bounce over the last 2 days, over the last day, sorry. Let's see if we hold above it, and if we can pump towards, well, past that $66,000 level, and fly past that level towards that $71,000 level target. So that $71,000 level, I believe it's the top of the wedge that I spoke about yesterday. Yeah, it's all the way here. So that would be an increase of approximately 10%. So again, I'm using 5x swing long position since we were down here at the beginning of July. So that would just be another 50% on my winning trade. So that's yeah, just one aspect. I'm pretty happy that we're getting this bounce. Hopefully we do get a proper bounce. I don't know what the volume looks like at the moment. I don't think we're getting a lot of volume at the moment, but yeah, if we get more volume, then that will be even better for this bounce. So just before we go over, so yeah, I mean, Bitcoin at the moment, I mean, everything is correlated to the stock market. S&P 500, we've got the Dow Jones, the Nasdaq. It's doing pretty well. If we look at over the 5 years, we've been with the S&P 500 on the gradual climb up. I mean, it looks like on the S&P 500 we might have maybe a blow off top. I know for the is it the Dow Jones or the Nasdaq? I was looking at this. It doesn't look. No, it's not the Dow Jones. It must be the Nasdaq. Looks like we're going to have a blow off top. Yeah, we had this parabolic move over the past 2 to 3 years, so we might be getting a correction on the Nasdaq. But basically, as long as the traditional markets are going up or stable, then we can expect Bitcoin, because it's still correlated at the moment. It hasn't decoupled from the traditional markets yet. If this continues the trend with Nasdaq, with Dow Jones, with the S&P 500, then we're going to expect a massive bull run with Bitcoin. I expect that 6-figure Bitcoin, as long as the rest of the markets, the stock markets, remain healthy and stable for the course of this year and going into next year. Then we'll probably have that massive parabolic move, maybe even to $300,000 with Bitcoin. So just stay with me on that point, because we're going to look at 2 very important technicals in a moment. We're going to look at a bull flag and also that giant cup and handle pattern that I've spoken about a few times on my channel. So just going over to the Bitcoin monthly returns. Now, generally speaking, July is an exceptional month. I mean, we started off in the negative, and now we are plus 3%. If we just go back to the last bull run of 2020-2021, we jumped up 18% in July, and then we know what happened in the August because of the run up for Bitcoin in August. Yes, it continued to, I mean, this was only 3%, but the altcoins exploded in DeFi. If you were here during that DeFi summer, let me know in the comments below. But in the DeFi, we had that massive DeFi summer, and again, due to Bitcoin having its rally mid-summer, then the altcoins had a massive rally. So could we be seeing something? Could we be on the brink of a big rally in Bitcoin? So let's imagine we've only had a few months in the red, but generally speaking, it's roughly over the past several years, it's about 20% that we rise on average. So if we do a 20% from the start of the month, where would this take us? So this is so we're up 3.4%. So that means if we go 20%, well, if we go another 16% from here, because we've already gone up 3.5%. So this would take us to 75,000 US dollars, which would be the next all-time high. So if history repeats and we have a 16 to 20% move, then yeah, I mean, July we could be seeing at the end of this month an increase of 10,000 US dollars in Bitcoin, which is a 16%, and then we'll be in new territory for Bitcoin, and it's anyone's guess going into the rest of the year. So that would be quite good. So yeah, always look at the monthly returns. I think it's quite useful just for some stats, especially in the bull market. You can clearly see there's obviously it doesn't match 100% perfectly, but there's a clear pattern with each cycle. So just to conclude then, I'm going to talk about the bull flag that I'm seeing on the weekly. I mean, even the monthly, you can clearly see it here. But let's take the weekly. Be easier to draw. So it's quite interesting, the price point. So we've got this bull flag here. Clearly got this bull flag. Probably better on the monthly, to be fair, if I draw it. Let me just check what it looks like on the monthly. Yeah. Okay. Well, there we go. So, I mean, you can clearly see it. We have this bull flag. It's a bit more difficult to draw on the monthly. Let's go back to the weekly. So what would the price point of this be? Well, if we just take it from here, copy and paste. If we get this breakout, then the price target would be all the way here at around 95 to 97,000 US dollars. So just keep your eye out on this. This would be absolutely epic if this happens. I don't personally think we would go all the way to 95, 97K. If anything, we would have that pump in July at that price point, what I just said, over just above 75,000. If anything, we'd probably come up to 85, 90,000 US dollars. And then we're going to have that pullback probably to our last all-time high of 73,000, 74,000 US dollars. And then in September, especially September, if you look at the monthly returns, September is usually a terrible month. So walk away in September, and even the gains are not that big in September. So for me, I'm in a trade, but I will probably stop my trade at the end of August. Depending on where we go in July, if we do jump up to 85, 90K at the end of July, then I will be taking my profits off the table, ready for September. September hits, everything has a massive pullback. That's when I will start buying a few more altcoins and basically getting into my positions with Bitcoin, ready for that final leg from October to February, whatever, March next year. So that's what I'm doing. Let me know what you're doing in the comments below, if you agree with me, if you disagree. But yeah, this would be if we break out all the way over here, that's almost a 50% rise in Bitcoin, which would be absolutely phenomenal. So just keep your eyes out on this. This would be, I mean, I'm already in a trade, so if we break the resistance, then that's brilliant. If you want to jump into a trade, just make sure you jump into the breakout. Don't start speculating now, just wait for that clear breakout, and then you can trade this thing up. We don't go up in a straight line like this. We'll probably, if we do break this resistance, then we'll probably come up to that 73, 74,000, come back down to 69,000, 68,000, and hopefully get that bounce off, and then we start flying up to that price point of 85 to 90,000 US dollars. So that's the bull flag I wanted to bring out. We will talk about it more throughout the next couple of weeks, see if it plays out, basically. But if it's going to play out, then we need to see that this weekly candle does it basically closes above the $64,600 level, and then we can start talking about that bull flag. So just one more thing, I've spoken about this several times on my show, a few other YouTubers have as well, but we clearly have this huge cup and possibly handle forming on the weekly, even the monthly. So what price target would this be if it breaks out? We just go from the bottom of the cup to the rim, and then we just put it on top here. This would take us to 100. Basically, that six-figure dollar Bitcoin is in play. So what we need to see is that breakout of the handle now. Well, I mean, we've clearly formed the cup. You can clearly see it here. My childish drawing. But yeah, we've got this handle pattern as well. So yeah, 112, 115k. Before, when I measured it, it's around 120k. So anyway, for sake of argument, we're going past that six-figure. I believe as soon as we get past that it's going to be massive. It's going to be so psychological to get past that six-figure. But once we get past it, we might not fly through it straight away. That's why I think we'll touch it, reject, and then as soon as we get past that six-figure, we could have a massive rocket ship to 150, 200. Things will move so fast when we get past 100,000 US dollars. You'll be seeing everyday Bitcoin up $10,000 for like 2-3 weeks until we get to maybe 300,000. So I'm very conservative, so I'm saying 100 to 150,000. There's a lot of you out there that are predicting 300 to 500,000. I hope so. I hope you're right. I hope I'm wrong, and we do go there. But I know I've been in the market since 2017. All these predictions to 300, a little bit too high. They never happen. I mean, everybody was expecting six figures back here. Even I was. And it didn't happen. We went all the way to what, 68, 69,000, and we've been in this. That trend seemed to last forever. But right now, we're on the cusp of an epic rally. So that's pretty much it for today. Let me know in the comment section where you think Bitcoin is heading to this summer, at the end of this month, and if you agree with me, if you think Bitcoin is heading to that six-figure Bitcoin. So thanks, guys and girls, for watching. Make sure to subscribe. I'm giving one of you lucky guys or girls out there a free ledger. So all you need to do is subscribe to the channel, help me grow, and also on my Twitter as well. You have my links in the description below, and I will see you with another video next time. So thanks again, and see you next time. Bye bye.